Now, let's start with the most obvious feature. Blue hair and pronouns, or green, whichever they prefer. Now, if they have blue hair or green hair or any other coloured hair, it's safe to approach them and ask, hey, what are your pronouns? And if not, check for pronoun badges. See, clothes make up their entire personality sometimes, so look for leather jackets, ideally vintage, look for weather-beaten, tattered dogs, also bought off Vinted for like £30, but they'll say it's probably cheaper, and look for bags, look for mum and dad jeans, but very important, mum and dad jeans. The longer the crotch, the baggier, the more patches on them, the better. Keep your ears pricked for their very distinctive style of speech. They'll say things like, oh, that's so camp, that's so real, oh, you're so real for that, that's so cunty. If you hear any of these, approach them and ask them, hey, how are you? Or something along those lines. You have to be very careful with how you pick your words in front of a queer person. Now, they will exclusively speak in 1 or 2 word sentences to try and deter those who they deem straight, despite the fact that they're obviously gay. Now, their nails is another important aspect. They'll either be black or multicoloured or really long acrylic nails with like lots of Hello Kitty extensions on them, so make sure you keep an eye out for that. And also, another important feature is if they're holding a vape or a cigarette. Now, this will be perfect. You can go and ask them, do you have a lighter? And I can immediately spark up a conversation. You can form an acquaintance. Again, regarding clothes, look for patches on their leather jacket that will have some obscure indie band that will make you feel so inferior when you ask them about it, and they'll say, you don't know who Chaperone is. That's when you know you found a queer person. Now, this is very common amongst tortured queer artists that are incredibly judgmental and will be scrutinising you upon first glance, so it's very important to dress like one in order to gain their approval, and then maybe somehow, if so desired, form an acquaintance and maybe a romantic relationship. Now, the final tip, their overall disposition. Upon first glance, they will appear cool and distant. This is to draw you away, but you'll feel drawn in. You'll just feel so attracted to them. Who is this queer, tortured artist? That's all for today, class. Hopefully this guide covered the key points in how to identify a tortured queer artist. Save this video for future reference in case you ever come across one, and hopefully this guide will help show you how to approach them carefully, quietly, and confidently.